Good morning, Reverend Brad Walmer, pastor at New Covenant United Church of Christ in Williamsport, and this is this week's edition of Children's Story Time. This week's edition of Children's Story Time is for the fifth Sunday in the Easter season, May 3rd, 2026, and we'll be taking a look at our gospel lesson, John chapter 14, verses 1 to 14. We're going to play the going on a trip game. So this requires two people, and we're going to be going on a trip. So we got the steering wheel here. We got the steering wheel. We got somebody driving the vehicle, and we need someone to be riding shotgun. And the driver is going to say, "Where are we going?" And the person riding shotgun is going to give clues as to where you're headed, and the driver has to guess where you're headed. So if the driver says, "Where are we going?" and the person riding shotgun says, "We're going to the place where there's trees and grass, and you lay out a blanket, and you have food, and you play cornhole and games," and the person is going to say, "We're going to a park." The person then you say, "Where are we going?" and the person says, "We're going to the place where there's the Liberty Bell and the Eagles play in this city, Philadelphia." So you get the idea. The driver of the vehicle asks, "Where are we going?" The person riding shotgun gives clues. You can use a park, you can use camping, the beach, a sporting event, theater, school, hospital, different cities, different restaurants, lots of different places where you can go and give clues as to where you're going. So invite you to pause the video, play the game. If you have multiple people, take turns being the driver and riding shotgun, and enjoy playing the game, the road trip game. Guess where you're going. So pause the video, play the game for a few minutes, and then restart it. I hope you had fun playing the road trip game. I hope you did a good job guessing the clues that the person riding shotgun was giving you. The reason we played this game this week is in our lesson, Jesus says, "I'm going away." And the disciples are like, "Where are you going? Why can't we go with you?" And Jesus will say, "I am the way." You know, each day we face difficult choices. Following Jesus' way isn't always the most popular way. You know, everybody's doing it. Don't you want to try it as well? But following Jesus' way is often a little harder. It often goes against what's popular. You know, being kind to others, forgiving others instead of trying to seek revenge, being helpful instead of wanting people to always serve us, making peace, reconciling with each other. The ways that Jesus teaches. Jesus says, "I am the way." The ways that Jesus teaches aren't always the popular ways, but it's the ways that he calls us to follow. May we follow in Jesus' ways, because when we do, we're always going in the right direction. Thanks be to God. Amen. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. I hope you had fun playing the road trip game. Peace, blessings, love, and prayers. Look forward to seeing you next week for another edition of Children's Story Time. Peace, blessings, love, and prayers, everybody. Bye-bye.